It's the last few days of our 3-week trip around Vietnam, and honestly, if you're thinking of flying with Vietjet Air, you might want to reconsider after this video. Day 20 was a slow one. Harrison headed out, supposedly to buy a football shirt, which turned into a full-on food crawl. He grabbed a banh mi, went to see Landmark 81, had some pho, and did eventually come back with a football jersey. While he was living his best life, I stayed at the Airbnb getting things sorted. I did one of those viral face masks my best friends got me, and I started packing since we were leaving the next day. For lunch we got pizza for peas because it was our last chance to get it whilst in Vietnam. This was also the day the BTS pre-sale tickets dropped, and I don't know how he does it, but Harrison has unreal luck when it comes to concert tickets. He was literally 200 in the queue, and somehow he managed to secure 16 VIP tickets for BTS. Day 20 definitely ended on a high, but little did I know day 21 was going to be very low. We headed to the airport, checked in our bags, and then Harrison was hungry, so he got all this food for himself. As usual, he gets it all around his mouth like a child. It's literally just standard behaviour at this point. Then we headed to security. The lines were absolutely huge. We made it through, then we sat by our gate for 3 hours because the flight was delayed for 2 hours. Suddenly, out of nowhere, the board said last call. We'd been there the whole time and not once did it say boarding. We ran over, Harrison got through, and my boarding pass flashed red. They were speaking to each other in Vietnamese and wouldn't answer me when I asked what was going on. They just ended up saying check bag, check bag. Next thing I knew, I was sprinting through the airport with the Vietjet Air staff. They took my passport and I had no clue what was going on. I'm not gonna lie, I was really scared. We ran into this back room. The guy in there asked what was in my suitcase. He said, why do you have so many liquids? What are they? Then I started to rack my brain thinking, what the hell have I actually got in my suitcase? I said, I've got sun cream, skincare, and then I started to panic and I couldn't think what else was in there. Then he was like, okay, fine, you can go. But not once did he show me my bag, he didn't check my bag, he didn't open my bag, he just said I could go. The whole thing felt really pointless. I went to run back through and they said, you need to go through security again. I was like, what? Have you seen the line? I said, well, is the plane gonna go? Is it being held? They literally just laughed at me and said, no. So basically I just literally had to shout, excuse me, my plane's taking off, and like sprint through security. Then I literally ran as fast as I could. Bear in mind, I'm a big chest girly, had no sports bra on, so you can imagine the chaos. I literally sprinted through the airport like my life depended on it. Harrison was waiting for me and he was fully going to try and stop the plane. Luckily I made it just in time, but it didn't end there. We landed in Laos, went to the conveyor belt, and was my luggage there? No. They had 5 hours to check my bag and they decided to tell me when my plane was last called. Then they don't even put the bag on the plane anyway. I was literally fuming. This airline doesn't even drop the luggage to you. You have to come back to the airport to collect it. The only silver lining was that the airport had no Wi-Fi. The only place that did was the lost and found section, which meant we were able to order a taxi. Otherwise we would have been screwed. Honestly, I can rant on for ages about this situation, but lucky for you, I've only got 3 minutes. It wasn't the smoothest ending to our time in Vietnam, but we had the absolute best time. To save this post, hit follow and come with us as we head to our next destination, Laos.